One of the best parts of basketball is seeing players take their games to the next level. And every season, we see a handful of players do this, whether they just find more confidence, or they've been putting in a lot of work during the off season, or they're just in a system that just fits them better. Either way, it's a beautiful thing to see. At the same time, these players tend to go under the radar due to the fact that they're still up and coming. So I decided to make a list of the 5 players who I think elevated the games even further this season. Now at number 5, I got Tyrese. Now Tyrese's breakout season was actually last season, where he established himself as one of the most promising young players in the NBA. Being traded to the Pacers was a huge blessing for Tyrese, since it really helped him develop as a point guard and he didn't have to share the floor with another great point guard like De'Aaron Fox. Now even though Tyrese's shooting splits went down, his production went up, and he's now leading the league in assists, and the Pacers are 50% on the year, which isn't that great, but considering the fact that the Pacers are a young and unexperienced team and don't have any real stars, not considering Tyrese, that's actually not too shabby. It's also refreshing to see a pass-first point guard type player in a generation where pass-first point guards are becoming a lot more rare, and I'm very excited to see how far Tyrese can take his game in the future. Now at number 4, we got Bobo. Now in Bobo's situation, I feel like it was the simple fact he just wasn't getting the real opportunity that he needed to showcase his talent. Now I completely understand that the Nuggets just wasn't a good fit for Bobo. He was playing behind the 2-time MVP and Jokic, and arguably the best center right now, and plus the Nuggets are trying to contend for a championship, so it's a lot harder for them to develop younger players. That's why I'm so happy that the Magic landed Bobo, because he fits perfectly in their system. Their system is literally based around developing young players, and they have a lot of players with a lot of potential. Now looking at his numbers this season, Bobo has been playing great with the minutes that he's been getting, and his shooting splits are amazing. I mean, man is a 7'2" big man that can shoot the ball, handle the ball, and he's a great shot blocker. He's literally the definition of a unicorn, and if Bobo stays healthy, it won't be long before he becomes a household name. Now, Lauri Markkanen's career been very rocky. He had a great sophomore season considering the fact he was only 21 putting up those numbers, and ever since then he been very stellar. And considering the fact that last year on the Cavs they were playing a 3 big man set, that really didn't help him develop as a player. This season, Lauri has seen an increase in about every statistical category, and the Jazz have been kind of the surprise of the league this year. They were even the number 1 seed in the West at one point, and Lauri is the one leading the way. Now, obviously, Lauri has gotten a lot better as an individual player, but you also got to take into account that this is Lauri's first time in his career being a first option on a team. Now, I honestly don't think Lauri's ceiling is much higher than what he's playing this season, but he's definitely a player that you got to keep an eye on in the future. Now personally, this is one of my favorite players. Desmond Bane is one of the most underrated players in the league, and he's easily top 5, maybe even top 3 shooters in the league. Desmond Bane is basically a more versatile scoring Klay Thompson, and he plays defense too. I mean, I get the reason he goes under the radar. He's playing with a highlight reel in Ja Morant, and he just doesn't have the historic games like Klay Thompson did or play on a championship team. But this season, he's putting up all-star numbers, and his 3-point percentage is insane. It's also only his 3rd season in the league, but at the same time, I get it, it's very early in the season, but I'm telling y'all, Desmond Bane is a future star, and he needs a lot more recognition than what he's getting right now. Grizzlies also have one of the best, if not the best, young cores in the league, and it's only a matter of time before they become legit contenders. Of course, that's if they stay healthy, and Ja Morant and Desmond Bane are 2 of the biggest pillars on that team. Now, Shai been a great player for a good amount of time now, but this season he even elevated his game to a whole new level. But of course, he's one of those players that go under the radar because he plays on a very underperforming team. The Thunders are a rebuilding team, so down the line they might really start making some noise in the league, and they're also in the Victor sweepstakes. But I think what's more impressive about Shai's game is he isn't one of those players that live on the 3-point line. Man is averaging 30 plus points, and he only averages 1 made 3 a game. Take into account he's not as physically gifted as a player like Giannis or Ja Morant. His game is strictly based around skill. Not saying that Giannis and Ja Morant aren't skilled players, because they are very skilled players, but their physical abilities definitely helps make the game a lot easier for them. Shai is establishing himself as one of the best point guards in the league, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for him and the Thunders.